the terrific things I find about Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, is the many businesses that are located along the commercial corridor of Fulton Street. Those commercial businesses are predominantly mom and pop shops that would be tremendously adversely affected if the B-25 service were to be canceled.
So, your mission then is to try and stop the B-25 bus from being eliminated, or to, if there are going to be any reductions, they've got to be the smallest reductions, or many people will suffer, including those people who are in wheelchairs, and those people who have walkers, and the elderly and disabled people. Am I right about that? Yeah, is that the main people? That
is the main people. Actually, I think you hit the nail right on the head, Dr. Ted, when you talked about those people that would be the most adversely affected. They are, as you stated previously, the handicapped, seniors. Business owners actually fall into that category because it would severely decrease foot traffic along that commercial corridor, as well as mothers with children.
Robert, I want to play the devil's advocate just for a moment. Don't you have two wonderful subways, the A and C, who are right there by, that travels exactly parallel with the bus line?
Yeah, and actually I think that's one of the city's arguments, is that it's a duplication of services with the A and the C traveling almost the same line, except for the fact that the seniors and the disabled wouldn't have any access points. Well, actually they have two access points as we did our research along that line, which are Franklin Avenue, which has an elevated station, and also Euclid Avenue. So, and those of us who are avid Brooklynites know that Euclid almost is Queens. So that would really affect someone who is disabled or a senior's ability to use the services either downtown Brooklyn or far into East New York, because they wouldn't be able to access the subway effectively.
Well, tell me, Robert, just how many people does this affect? What's the ridership? And tell me about that.
Well, you know, when we first did our research, and these are documents that were put out by the MTA in 2002, 2003, and at that time, it showed they had an annual ridership of 4 million riders. And it also showed that the B-25 bus line was actually the 77th most ridden bus out of 208 bus lines throughout the city. So as far as we're concerned, economically, we don't know how the MTA could even choose that as a cut, based on the amount of revenue that must be generated by 4 million riders annually, and by it being the 77th most ridden bus out of 208.
And do you think that the communities, the mom and pop stores in Bedford-Stuyvesant in that area, or all along this line, will be affected? Will they be displaced by the big box stores?
Well, I mean, one of the arguments that I've had as an armchair economist, Dr. Ted, one of the things that I've noticed is that there is a decreased amount of tax revenue from this as one of the largest major commercial thoroughfares in the city. So from that standpoint, if you brought in larger box stores, quite conceivably it could increase the tax revenue. So really, we've already observed that the mom and pop shops along Fulton Street are basically, you know, if I can coin an adage, they have one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel, with the recession being what it is. So one more blow to them would clearly be removing this service and decreasing foot traffic. So as we ride up and down Fulton Street today, you'll notice that there are a number of shops that have closed under the weight of the recession. We almost can estimate that would double or triple based on removing the service and the foot traffic, especially during the spring and summer months.